Have you ever felt manipulated or belittled by someone close to you? Ever wondered if you are dealing with a narcissist? We've all crossed paths with individuals who make us question our own sanity. They seem to thrive on chaos, leaving a trail of confusion in their wake. These individuals might just be narcissists. Understanding the traits of a narcissist is crucial. It can help us navigate through life more effectively, avoiding unnecessary harm and emotional distress. So, without further ado, let's dive into the world of narcissism and its traits. Narcissism is more than just self-love or being self-centered. It's a personality disorder that can have a profound impact on relationships. Now let's delve deeper into this intriguing concept. Narcissism, in its essence, is a term that originates from Greek mythology, where the young Narcissus fell in love with his own image reflected in a pool of water. Fast forward to today, and we see this term being used in the field of psychology to describe a personality disorder, specifically, narcissistic personality disorder, or NPD. The Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, or as we like to call it, the DSM-5, serves as a fundamental guide for mental health professionals. It outlines a range of mental health disorders and their respective traits, and yes, one of them is narcissism. The DSM-5 lists 9 crucial traits that help in diagnosing narcissistic personality disorder. Now you might be wondering, what are these traits? Well, let's explore them. Firstly, there's a grandiose sense of self-importance. Narcissists often exaggerate their abilities and achievements, living in a world where they are superior to all. Second, they are preoccupied with fantasies of unlimited success. They imagine themselves at the pinnacle of power, beauty, or ideal love, often disregarding the reality of their situation. Next, they believe they are special and unique. They firmly believe that they can only be understood or should associate with other high-status individuals or institutions. The fourth trait is a need for excessive admiration. Narcissists have an unquenchable thirst for attention and adulation. Fifth, they possess a sense of entitlement. They expect preferential treatment and unquestioning compliance with their expectations. Interpersonally exploitative behavior is the sixth trait. They take advantage of others to meet their own ends. Lack of empathy, the seventh trait, makes it difficult for them to recognize or identify with the feelings and needs of others. The eighth trait is envy. They often envy others or believe that others are envious of them. Lastly, they display arrogant and haughty behaviors, often belittling others to elevate their own status. So, we've just scratched the surface of what narcissism is all about. With these traits, let's now identify the characteristics of a narcissist. Recognizing a narcissist can be challenging. They are often charismatic and charming at first glance. However, there are specific traits to look out for. To make sense of these traits, let's turn to the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, or DSM-5. This manual lists 9 traits that are clinically significant in determining if someone has narcissistic personality disorder, NPD for short. Starting off, we have a grandiose sense of self-importance. Narcissists often exaggerate their achievements and talents. They expect to be recognized as superior without corresponding achievements. Second, they have a preoccupation with fantasies of unlimited success, power, brilliance, beauty, or ideal love. They imagine themselves at the center of a grand narrative, often with an exaggerated sense of their own importance and influence. Third on our list is the belief that they are special and unique, and can only be understood by or should associate with other special or high-status people or institutions. Next, we have a need for excessive admiration. Narcissists thrive on the attention and admiration of others. They often seek out situations where they can be the center of attention. Fifth is a sense of entitlement. Narcissists often expect favorable treatment or automatic compliance with their expectations. They believe that they deserve the best, and anything less is unacceptable. Sixth, they exhibit interpersonally exploitative behavior. Narcissists are willing to take advantage of others to achieve their own ends. Their relationships are often one-sided, with the narcissist taking and the other person giving. Seventh is a lack of empathy. Narcissists struggle to recognize or identify with the feelings and needs of others. They are often dismissive of the feelings of others and are more focused on their own needs. Eighth, we see envy of others or belief that others are envious of them. Narcissists often perceive others as being envious of them, and they may also be envious of others who have more than they do, or who they perceive as being better than them in some way. And finally, they demonstrate arrogant and haughty behaviors or attitudes.
Narcissists often have an inflated sense of their own importance and may belittle others to make themselves feel superior. These traits can help you identify a narcissist, but how do you deal with them?
What can you do? Dealing with a narcissist can be challenging. They can drain your energy and make you question yourself. So how do you navigate these tumultuous waters? It starts with understanding that you cannot change a narcissist. Their traits are deeply ingrained, and attempting to change them might only result in frustration. The first step in dealing with narcissists is setting firm boundaries. This means understanding where you end and the narcissist begins. Narcissists have a habit of overstepping boundaries, so it's important to establish and maintain your personal limits. This could be as simple as saying no when they demand too much of your time or energy. Remember, you have the right to say no. You have the right to protect your personal space and your peace of mind, and you have the right to distance yourself from anyone who disrespects those boundaries. Speaking of distance, that brings us to our next point. Maintaining a healthy distance from a narcissist can be crucial. This doesn't necessarily mean cutting all ties, though that might be necessary in some cases. What it does mean is reducing the amount of influence they have over your life. This could involve limiting the time you spend with them or reducing the amount of emotional investment you put into your interactions. It's about creating a buffer zone that allows you to maintain your own identity and mental well-being. Now, dealing with a narcissist can be mentally and emotionally exhausting. Sometimes, it's more than we can handle on our own. And that's okay. It's perfectly fine to seek help. In fact, it's often the best thing you can do. Professional help can provide you with the tools and strategies you need to deal with narcissistic behavior effectively. Therapists and counselors are trained to help you navigate these difficult relationships, and they can provide an objective perspective that's often hard to achieve when you're in the thick of it. Finally, it's important to remember that dealing with a narcissist is not about winning or losing. It's about maintaining your own mental health and well-being, so don't get caught up in their games. Don't let them pull you into their world of manipulation and control. Stay grounded in your own reality and trust in your own perceptions. Remember, it's essential to protect your mental health when dealing with a narcissist. To recap, we've discussed the traits of a narcissist and some tips on dealing with them. We delved deep into the realm of narcissism, shedding light on its defining traits, as outlined in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. We discovered the grandiose sense of self-importance that narcissists typically exhibit, their preoccupation with fantasies of unlimited success, and their belief in being special and unique. We also uncovered their need for excessive admiration, their sense of entitlement, and their often exploitative interpersonal behavior. We learned about the narcissist's lack of empathy, their envy of others, or belief that others are envious of them, and their demonstration of arrogant and haughty behaviors. These traits, when observed together, form a pattern that can help us identify a person with narcissistic personality disorder. But understanding the traits was only half the battle. We moved on to discuss some practical tips on how to deal with narcissists. We emphasized the importance of setting firm boundaries, practicing self-care, and seeking professional help when necessary. We also underscored the value of understanding and empathy, not for the narcissist's benefit, but for our own peace of mind. It's important to remember that narcissism is not a personal failure or a character flaw. It's a personality disorder that requires professional intervention. Recognizing these traits in someone doesn't make them evil or irredeemable, but it does mean that interacting with them can be challenging and may require special considerations. In conclusion, while narcissism can be difficult to navigate, knowledge is power. Understanding the traits of a narcissist and having strategies to deal with them can help protect our mental and emotional well-being. Remember, understanding and recognizing narcissism is the first step towards dealing with it effectively. Stay aware, stay safe. Please subscribe and like for more information and tools for improving self-care.